Another day in America, another apparently unarmed black man being shot by police.
A video surfaced that appears to contradict the police officer Michael T. Slager's account of what happened. Unlike so many other occasions though, because of the video evidence, the officer has been charged with murder.
Would this have happened without the video? Perhaps not. But there must be a reason why US police officers feel they are allowed to inaccurately report the circumstances of a fatal shooting, and therefore that reason must lie in the way the police forces themselves report and track that information. In short, they don't. US police forces are not required to show how and why they use deadly force, so that data is really hard to track.
The closest approximation of the data with regards to the numbers of young black men being shot comes from a ProPublica report on the FBI's own data collected over many years.
What it also shows is the protection of police officers isn't just political, it's ingrained in the very institution of the US legal system. If police forces aren't going to be held accountable on a federal or state level, then why wouldn't an officer on a beat try and get out of being thrown in jail for murder? Race is deeply ingrained in these statistical anomalies as well. For example, different forces account for black or white Hispanics in different ways. So if you just look at the FBI data, there have been less than 20 black Hispanics killed by police in over 30 years of police records, which is obviously not true.
This is the Nova XR5000, a sort of space-aged cattle prod for humans.
Another problem comes from a 1985 Supreme Court decision that allowed officers to use deadly force if they thought suspects posed a threat to the officer or others. In the 5 years previous to the change, officer under attack was listed as the cause in 33% of deadly shootings. In another 5-year period from 2005, it was listed as the reason for 62% of deadly shootings. And Officer Slager clearly says this into his radio after Walter Scott had been shot. The US political system also makes things rather interesting. Take Senator Martin Golden of Brooklyn. He was one of many who have stood in the way of reform, saying after Eric Garner's death that it was, quote, unfortunate that the system worked, and obviously Republicans are more law and order types.
They certainly are, especially when the New York City Court Officers Association was your 5th largest donor to get into office in 2012. So, the shooting of unarmed black men at an alarming rate is actually indicative of the inherent problems that go all the way through the US political system, and unfortunately that seems to be precisely the reason that things don't look like they're going to get better anytime soon.